Hey guys, it's Mia here and welcome back to another bookish video. I know, it's been a while since I've done one of these. My last one was the one with the Wolf Children manga, but I'm back with another one. This isn't going to be a book review, it's going to be a book haul, as you probably know from the title. But let's get into this. Now, if you don't remember, I was trying to read Brandon Sanderson's The Mistborn trilogy. I got 30 pages in, and it was a struggle for me to get that far. Now, I'm not saying I think his writing is bad. I think his writing's fine, but there was just something about it that was just hard for me to read, and I'm hoping that it was just the fact that I needed a change in reading type other than dark fantasy or action. I'm hoping I just needed a change from that because I have this entire series plus his series about the girl hunter who lives on a different planet. I don't know. So I'm hoping I didn't waste my money in getting these, and it's just a fact that I need a change in genre. Now, with that out of the way, let's get into the books that I actually got. Now, there's only a couple here, even though I could have gotten more because my aunt's church was having a free book sale and you could take as many as you wanted because they were trying to get rid of some books to put more books into the library there. So, when you tell someone that loves books, free books, takes as many as you want, you have no idea the restraint it takes as a book lover to not grab the entire table full of books. Like, my other aunt ended up doing the same thing one day because she had a huge library in her basement, and they were trying to clean out her basement, and my other cousin was not home, so I was going through the books while she was not home. And my aunt goes, "Oh, just take as many as you want." I ended up with a stack this tall from a stack like 4 books because not only could I not carry them all home, but I wouldn't have known where to put them because my bookshelves are already kind of full. And I know you're saying, well, if your bookshelves are full, why do you keep getting more books? I told you, as a book lover, it is difficult. I think books are my drug. But anyway, enough blabbering on about that. My horrible control when it comes to not getting books. But if they're free, why not grab them? You know? I mean, they're free. So, the first one is the Summerfield trilogy, and this is 3 books in one, consisting of Bygones, Beginnings, and Blessings. And it's about, so far what I've gathered is it's about this former Meta Knight woman who left after falling in love with this trucker dude and having a child with him. So she left the Meta Knight life only to come back 20 years later due to a condition placed in her aunt's will for leaving the property to her daughter that the great aunt had never met. And the condition was she's supposed to stay there in the Meta Knight village for 3 months to claim her inheritance. That is a restaurant, diner type deal, and the house that the aunt lives in, because the daughter's trying to start this antique shop and get the antiques from the Amish. So far it's good. I'm liking the little dynamic with the mom coming with the daughter and then trying to get over the fact that her family basically disowned her after she left the Meta Knight world because, you know, they don't do things like we do, and that's perfectly fine. You live how you want to. Sometimes I wonder, would it be better to just have no internet and stuff like that? But then I'm like, but I talk to people on the internet. I have friends that live so far away. Hi Luke, if you watch this, and Nick and AJ. Hello. But yeah, so sometimes I do wonder, what if the internet shut down for like a week and we just went outside and we communicated the old-fashioned way without our heads stuck in our phones or computers. But yeah, so this is this one. I've already started it. I'm like 100 pages in because this is 3 books in one. It looks like I'm not very far. But I'm enjoying the whole dynamic of this so far. We'll see if that changes when I get to the end of book 3 because it is 3 books in one, but we'll see. So the second one I got also came with the free book giveaway at the church, and that is A Rush of Wings. And I don't really know much about it. I just picked it up because the cover looked interesting, and it's, though her panic was real, Nicole St. Clair is uncertain what danger she is fleeing. Fragmented images and slivers of memory have driven her to abandon her wealthy, sheltered life in the hopes of heaven, remote and safe. Oh, in hopes of a haven, remote and safe. I cannot read aloud for some reason. I read perfectly fine in my head, but when I try to read out loud, I get tongue-tied. Nicole arrived at the Rocky Mountain horse ranch owned by Rick Spencer and his brother Morgan. And this causes more than a little stir. Beautiful, vulnerable, yet strangely secretive, Nicole is an enigma that 2 constrained brothers seek to unlock. So yeah, this sounded interesting and the cover looks pretty cool. And then on top of that, I have the second one, which is conveniently labeled thanks to the church's library, but it's the continuation of the second one. I don't really want to read the back yet because it might spoil something from this book, so I'm not going to read the back of this one out loud. I'm kind of going into these blind, like you should do with most books, but these looked interesting. There was a third one by her, but it had a completely different cover, so I didn't think it went with these 3. I didn't check because I didn't realize that they had these on them until I got home with my aunts and my cousin. So that was fun. So I'm hoping the third book had nothing to do with these because they had very different covers, and I really don't want to accidentally leave myself on a cliffhanger because I don't remember what the other book was called. I could Google it though. But yeah, so those are some of my finally to be read books. And you're probably asking, if you don't have space on your bookshelf, why the heck do you keep getting books? I find ways to fit them on my shelves. Let me tell you, this bookshelf pretty much stays the way it is now because these right behind me are the ones I've already read through the years, and then this one above it, which you can't really see, is brand new books that I have never read, and that's the one that gets piled onto, but I find ways to make it work. And then there's one over there under my PC that is all the books I've both read and reviewed for you guys. So I do have a system on how my bookshelves are set up. I just wanted to let you know that. And they're also arranged by size and by series. So there's that too. So if you're wondering how I set up my bookshelves and why I set them up the way I do, that's why. They're not in alphabetical order or anything. I prefer them in size because it looks better to me, and for whatever reason, it just makes it easier to fit more books in when you're not having them all over the place. So, yep, that's how I do it, and I am determined to find ways to fit more books on my shelf, even though I keep yelling at myself every time I get more books because I'm like, you don't have the space. You're eventually not going to be able to find a way to put them somewhere, but I will do it. Anyway, enough of me rambling on about my book love. I'm finally out of my reading slump. I think it might have been the fact that I needed to change a genre change. But hey, sometimes you hit a reading slump. Sometimes you're too busy to read. No shame in not reading for a while. Just read when you feel like it. I'm telling you that because I feel bad if I don't read for a while. So really, you don't have to feel bad. Alright, I'll shut up now, and I hope to see you next time. Bye, guys.